Welcome to another Cardano update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates. And yeah, Cardano is still doing absolutely nothing. Nobody is even watching these videos. I mean, there are some people that are watching them still, but you know, the views are down quite a lot. And yeah, nobody really cares about what's happening right now. So let me give you another update for the Elliott wave count in case you don't already know what's going on. So like I said, we're still trying to go in a third wave right now. We are pretty much going sideways in a 1-2 setup, and you know, I mean, we could get another low right here, like I said many weeks ago, and you know, we could get the 0.618 support level first before we actually get a third wave, if we actually get a third wave move to the upside, because like I said, we could get another low in the second wave right here and form some kind of much bigger A, B, C structure, and that could put us at about 61 cents. Now, I don't know if that will happen or not. Like I said, I did talk about a double bottom scenario, and I did say that it is possible for Cardano to drop to like 50 cents again to test the 0.618 main support level again before we actually start a pump. And yeah, I mean, this is gonna be, you know, a boring couple of weeks because Cardano will most likely not do too much in the next couple of weeks, and that's because we are still in QT, and also in the previous cycles we did not really start the altcoin season until the end of February or the end of March, so it's the exact same story again. And yeah, I know it's boring, but trust me, I mean, right now it's literally the best time to watch these videos. The worst time to watch these videos is when the coins are going up. I mean, if they're already going up, what's the point of watching the videos? Of course they are going to keep going up, but right now we are going sideways. So if you are still watching these videos, I mean, congratulations, because you know, not many people like to sit through these boring sideways price actions, and if you do, and if you actually, you know, enjoy it like I am, then I mean, that's good. So yeah, you should most likely, you know, at least take a break if you haven't already. But if you don't want to take a break, I mean, you have to sit here with me until something actually happens. Now, of course, when this finally happens, when this move to the downside on the Bitcoin dominance chart actually starts, then of course everybody will be back and everybody will start, you know, panicking again, and everyone will start buying the tops again. And speaking of buying the tops, I mean, right now the exact same thing happened. Nobody was, you know, watching my videos back here when Cardano was pretty much going sideways for months. I was making videos this whole time right here, and you know, nobody cared. And I did tell you that at some point we will form a 1-2 setup to start a third wave, and we did just that. And of course, during this pump right here, this is when most people actually found my channel. And yeah, the people who found my channel during this pump right here are just doing absolutely nothing right now. They are not watching the videos anymore because Cardano is down. And of course, the people who were watching my videos when Cardano was doing this probably bought when Cardano was already above $1, and right now it's sitting at above, well, actually, let's say 77 cents. And yeah, people are complaining. They are down like 25 to even 40%, some people. So of course, I mean, there's a reason to complain, but you know, it's only your fault if you bought up here. I did tell you many times, the best time to buy was down here when Cardano was at like 27 cents, maybe like 40 cents or so, not right here when Cardano went to like $1.30. And you know, the exact same thing happened in the previous cycle. And yes, I'm gonna talk about the Elliott wave count, but before I do that, let me talk about what I wanted to say. So I mean, when Cardano was down here in the previous cycle, when it was at about let's say 18 cents or so, nobody really cared about it, and you know, nobody was buying it except for the people who believed in it. And of course, I mean, from this low right here, it was already up like 18x, but you also have to keep in mind that from the all-time high, I mean, it was still down like 90-something%. And I mean, the exact same thing happened in this cycle. Cardano went from like $3 to about, let's say, 22 cents or so. And of course, nobody was buying it down here. People waited for some kind of pump to be reassured that Cardano is not dead and that it can actually recover. And it did recover, but then it went down. And what do you know, during this time right here, people were buying Cardano. Now, why is that? Well, because like I said, people were waiting for a pump. So yeah, that's the worst time to buy in my opinion. The worst time to buy is during a pump, because you know, at some point after a pump like this, we will go down. I mean, this happened every single time we did it. I mean, even here, even here, even here. So of course we were about to go down again, but people still FOMO'd in because, you know, that's what people do. And let me continue my point about the previous cycle. Nobody was buying down here. here. Maybe there were some people who bought down here, but I highly doubt that, to be honest. People bought during this region right here, somewhere between $1 and let's say even $3. And why is that? Well, because everybody was just FOMOing in. I mean, the chart was up like, let's see, about 3000x or so, I think. And of course, people thought that it would go higher because it was already up like 3000x. So why can it not go up another like 5x from where it was right here? And I mean, that's how people lose money. They just FOMO in and they do not buy when we have these boring sideways price actions. I mean, even if you bought down here, I mean, imagine if you bought down here and you waited for, you know, a post-halving year and you just sold like at the beginning of the post-halving year, you would be up like what, about let's say 100x, not really, like a 70x or so. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, even if you bought down here, well, actually up here, if you compare this to this right here, even if you bought at like 10 cents, you would already be up like 25x in a matter of like months. So, yeah, people are not patient. And of course, people do not want to buy the lows, but buying the lows is the best thing to do, especially during a bear market. Now, of course, if you buy a low during a bear market, there is a chance that it just goes lower than that. And of course, you can lose money that way, but you can only lose money if you actually sell. If you buy, let's say at 30 cents and it goes to like 22 cents, the only reason to, you know, sell is, you know, if you believe that the coin will go to zero. But keep in mind, coins always tend to recover after a bear market that looks like this. And at least they get some kind of corrective wave to the upside, you know, so it's not going to go straight to zero unless it's some kind of shitcoin. And yeah, I mean, you cannot expect this from altcoins. So of course they had to, you know, at least get some kind of corrective move, like I said. And yeah, people were FOMOing in right here when Cardano was at like, let's say $1 to $3. And people will FOMO in when Cardano will be at about $5 to $8 by the end of this year. I still believe that that will happen. And I still believe that it's a very, you know, realistic prediction for this cycle, at least based on what happened in the previous cycle and what's happening right now. I did talk about this structure right here many times. It's the exact same structure every single time. And even the ADA Bitcoin chart looks the exact same. If you look at this, here we had a 1-2 setup, just like we had right here. We went below the 0.786 support level, just like we did right now and right here as well. And I mean, I did tell you it's a scenario that we get another low right here, because in the previous cycle, yes, we did have a 1-2 setup, then we bounced just like we did right here, and then we had another low. So if we do that, it's not going to be the end of the world. But of course, that's going to scare a lot of people off. And of course, people are going to sell, and then they are going to blame Cardano for, you know, pretty much nothing, because it's their fault. It's not Cardano's fault that they FOMO'd in. So yeah, if you are watching this video right now, this is probably a good time to buy. Of course, that's not financial advice, but as you can see, Cardano reacted to the 0.618 support levels many times. Now let me continue with the Elliott wave count in case you are interested in that. So if we start a third wave of this one, well actually no, this one to set up right here, the target for that third wave is at about, let's say 94 cents, but the minimum target is at like $1. So there's going to be some resistance right here if we actually get to these levels. And then if we want to complete a third wave, we need to get to about $1.01, and then we will need a fourth wave move down and a fifth wave move up. And these 5 waves right here will complete another third wave, which is this third wave of this 1-2 setup. And this third wave has to get to approximately $1.06. I think that's fairly realistic, but keep in mind, we could always invalidate this 1-2 setup that we have on the chart. So I'm not gonna, you know, get your hopes too high, because like I said, it's not, you know, set in stone that we will actually get to these levels anytime soon. And by anytime soon, I mean like in the next couple of weeks. Because yeah, Bitcoin and pretty much all of the altcoin charts just had a cross on the bull market support band. And I've talked about this many times already. I know it's getting boring, but I mean, here we had a cross on the bull market support band, and then Cardano just went down for about a couple of months, and here it happened as well, and in the previous cycle as well. Now keep in mind, I'm not expecting Cardano to go down for like 6 months. I don't think that's gonna happen. I still think that Cardano and the altcoin market will top, you know, in May of 2025, actually by the end of May of 2025. And yeah, I'm expecting all of the altcoins or most of the altcoins to at least be near all-time highs or even above all-time highs by the end of May. And I think this huge move to the upside that we had right here will happen at least by the end of March. Now, if it does not happen by the end of March, then yeah, you are going to have to start worrying. But for now, it's looking very, very good. And also, what are these 5 waves for right here? Well, if we form these 5 waves up, I will actually be able to confirm that the second wave right here is in, and that we are heading in a third wave of a third wave, which will be the most impulsive move of the cycle. So we are just one step away from greatness, and I think Cardano will do just fine in this cycle. People need to stop FOMOing in, and they need to actually buy when the prices are low, not when the prices are at all-time highs, but you know, that's only my opinion. And that's all I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts, and if you want access to our daily Discord updates. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.